Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. And children, this is your GK class, and what we are going to do it today, that is mummies around the world. This unit 7 we are going to do it today, that is mummies around the world. Now what is this unit 7? Mummies means after death. In earlier civilization it is there that after death they were putting a solution over the body, and then they are preserving the bodies of their kings or great emperors. They are supposed to preserve their body. Now from where this mummies kind of a thing will came out, that is from Egypt. In earlier civilization, one great emperor was there. That emperor had a thought that what will happen if I'll die. So what he had did that he kept all the things which he required after the death, kept in a pyramid like structure, underground that pyramid structure, and he made that kind of a structure so that it will be cold, it will be cool at the time of summer, and it will be hot at the time of winters, and that atmosphere will be purely comfortable, and I can survive over there. Now what is there that whenever they will made that pyramid, they were kept all their things, like whatever things were required by that king in their everyday life, in their routine life, that was kept inside that pyramid. So from there mummies has started founded, fine, and the first mummy which was founded, that is there in Egypt only. Now so we'll start this chapter, mummies around the world. It is not only Egypt who is keeping mummies of their great emperor and great person of their countries. There are many civilizations in which we found these kind of a mummies. So there are many civilizations that mummified their death. Now mummified means actually they are dead, but their bodies are not destroyed. They kept their bodies in such kind of a condition so that it will not be destroyed. And if we want to see that person after many thousand years also, then also we can find that person's body. So they mummified their dead. Some bodies have also been found turned into a mummy due to natural conditions. Let us read about them. So as I told you that this custom or this mummifying the body, that started from Egypt. So here we are going to see the first one is in Egypt. When we talk about mummies, whenever we talk about mummies, we mostly think about that Egyptian civilization. Now if I talk about civilization means there are basically 4 civilizations which comes from thousands of years back. That is one of that basic main civilization is that is Indus Valley civilization, Egyptian civilization, Chinese civilization, and one more civilization was there. So these 4 basic civilizations were there, and which bring change in the human life. So if I talk about in Egypt, what is there, that when we talk about Egypt or we talk about mummies, we had one name in the mind, that Egyptian civilization has started this mummifying the body. Now this is the step by step of how mummification took place. So more often we were talking about mummies. Now if I talk about India, that where we will find it out mummies. So there is a museum in Jaipur where we will find out the first mummy which was brought by our country, fine, and that was kept in Jaipur Palace. That is Jaipur Museum, that was kept in Jaipur Museum. So that mummy of one woman and you can find it out that all the ornaments are also in the same condition, and that body is also in the same condition, that was kept in a dome, and you can see but you cannot touch it. Now, how this mummification process took place, first we will study about that. After that we will find it out that in which other countries we have this mummification. So now what? Insert a hook through a hole near the nose and pull out part of the brain. Now make a cut on the left side of the body near the tummy and remove all internal organs. See, in a mummy we do not have brain, we do not have any internal organs, because if we have all these things inside the body, that will create an infection in the body. So what we were doing, that we were removing brain by a hook and all the internal organs by making a cut on the left side of the tummy. Now after that, place the lungs, intestine, stomach and liver inside canopic jar. Now place the heart back inside the body. Now rinse inside of the body with wine and spices. See this whole process is not related that only a solution which is put it outside the body, that is not necessary. The whole body, inside the body, is going to clean it with, that is very important, that the whole body was cleaned with wine and spices. Why it is cleaned with wine? So that there will be no infection at all. Means all the bacteria or virus, whichever things will be there in the body, that will be died. Now cover the corpse with natron. Natron means salt for 70 days. That whole body will be covered with salt for 70 days. After 40 days, the stuff of the body will linen or sand to give it more human shape. After the 70 days, wrap the body from head to toe in a bandage. Now place in a scarifex, a type of a box like a coffin. Fine. If the person had been a pharaoh, he would be placed inside his special burial chamber with lots of treasure. So this I have told you that if person is having that kind of a treasure or that kind of a place, so that person was kept in that place and with lot of treasure and all, whatever they required. So it is not only in Egypt. Now this is step by step process, that how this mummification will took place. Now in Chile, now this is a place which is there in South America. Now the first mummy to be wrapped up comes from Chinchorro culture of South America in the area of southern of Peru and northern Chile. Now the oldest of these mummies was a person who died in 5050 BC, over 7000 years ago. As I told you in the beginning that this process started like many years ago. Now this is very important that you can underline in your book, that the first mummy which was wrapped in that South America, that is in Chinchorro culture of South America. Now Chinchorro mummies are 2000 years older than the mummies in ancient Egypt. So it means, if I say that mummification or mummies was first discovered or done by South America, and near about South America and near about 7000 years ago. Fine. So this was main thing, that few of you were thinking that it was there in Egypt first, but it is not like that. It was started at South America, and it is about 2000 years earlier than that in Egypt. Now the next is the most famous Chinchorro cemetery is the Chile, where you can see the black mummies. Now which mummy is famous here? That is famous black mummies. Famous black mummies. So what we have done till now? Till now we have done that how mummies or how mummification will took place in earlier or in nowadays in Egypt. That whole process we have seen. Then it was started in Egypt, and after doing all the process, then their body was kept in their coffin like box, and with all the treasure whatever they want in their everyday life. Now it is not there that mummification has started earlier in Egypt. First it was started in South America around 7,000 years ago. Now 7,000 years ago in South America, that is a Chinchorro culture of South America. They have only started, and in Chinchorro culture the famous black mummies were there. And for the layer, now why they are called black mummies? Because their body was covered with black manganese. Because their body was covered with black manganese. That is a metal, black manganese, and by covering this black manganese, and then they will a metal resembling iron, and that coated their body. They will coat their body with this black manganese. It's a kind of a metal just like iron. So what we have seen now? We have seen what are the different process and how the mummies were formed, or mummification will took place in Egypt, and it took about 2005 years ago in Egypt. But before that, around 2000 years earlier than the first mummies was formed in Egypt, before that 2000 back, that first mummy which was formed in that South America, that was there. That is near about 2000 years before that Egyptian one. Now, and which one is the quite famous mummy? That is black mummies, because the body of these black mummies was covered with black manganese. That is a quite similar metal like iron. Now to create a black mummy, now here on the next page in your book you can see the picture of black mummies, and what is the process of making that mummy, that is also given. Now right now we have done what are the different process of mummification process we have seen in that. Now here what we will have, that to create a black mummy, Chinchorro morticians cut off the body, head, arms and legs, scooped out the organs and flesh, and often amputate the brain through a hole in the skull. Now see, this process is same. They cut out all arm, a leg and every part of the body, and they'll take it out all the internal organs including our brain also, and then they will flush the body also. They will clean the body. The skin was peeled away from the body and reattached later, like taking off and putting on a socks. Fine. They remove the thin layer of skin, and then they will put that layer of manganese. After that they are going to stick the layer of our skin. Now what is there? Morticians completed the process by shoving hot coals into the trunk cavity to dry the cadaver. Afterwards the mortician rebuilt the body with sticks and animal hair and covered it in white ash. As a final touch, mortician attached a crop of short black hair to the scalp and painted the corpse black with manganese. Say this whole process is there. First they are making a covering of coal. After that they are covering it with black manganese, and to give it a real touch they will put small hairs over the head. So this is the process how black mummies were formed in South America. Now next mummies, see only Egypt is not only one country where we will find it out mummies. You can see that so many countries were there like South America, and South America, apart from South America we have other countries also. See now the next example is in Papua in New Guinea. Now some villagers in Papua New Guinea still mummify their ancestors today. Now they are mummifying their ancestor nowadays also. After death, bodies are placed in hut and smoked until the skin and internal organs are desiccated. Means they'll keep their bodies in a hut and then they will smoke. Means that will be kept in a smoky like thing, like वहाँ पे corner में they'll make a fire to burn, and then they with that fire they will give a smoky texture to the they give a smoky texture to the body, and that body will become desiccated, means it will not be get any kind of infection. Or then they covered it with red clay or red soil which is available, which help to maintain their structural integrity, and placed in a jungle shrine which is a holy place, and there they will kept it. Most often this will happen with the different different animals, different species, means different people, those who were living in jungles, वो culture वाला वो जो they have different kind of a cultural things they have. So in Papua generally the people those who were living, they are taking care of their ancestor in their mummification process, by their mummification process, and this is also important. See now with this chapter you can find it out that how many villages we have that they were mummifying their body. Different places, New Guinea, Geneva is also there. Now bodies which they kept in Papua, those who are keeping their ancestor body in shrine, bodies are brought down from the shrine for celebration, and loved ones visit the mummies to consult with their ancestor. See what they will do, that whatever decision they want to do it. Like आपको पता है कि different tribes were living in forest, ठीक है, forest में बहुत सारे tribes रहते हैं, तो जो उनके राजा या जो भी they king they were having, तो वो उनकी bodies को mummified करके and then they will keep it in the shrine. Shrine means a place where they will not caught any infection. That will be placed in the in a jungle where they will not got any kind of a infection. वहाँ सब लोग नहीं जा सकते, they can live alone. And और जब भी उनके जो village में if they have any kind of a celebration, तो वो उन body को यहाँ पे लेके आते हैं, अपने ancestors को लेके आते हैं, and then these ancestors were there for the celebration के लिए होते हैं, अपने loved ones के साथ वहाँ पे होते हैं, and their new generation is also consulting with them. So this unit 7 is related to this mummification or mummies around the world. So in this we have seen that what are the conditions or what are the ways that they will keep the bodies, and how they will preserve it also. So with this, and we have seen 3 places in Egypt also, in South America and in Papua, that is New Guinea, and these 3 places they were keeping their mummies or ancestors body in the form of mummies in a different way. So with this we have completed our unit 7. Now children, we will start unit 8, that is airlines and their logos. Then let's start it. So now, as I told you that we are going to do unit 8, that is airlines and their logos. So as you all are aware about airlines means that just like that we have a railway system. Just like that, every country has its airline system. Airlines means how they are utilizing and how they are scheduling all their flights, all their planes. Fine. According to the passenger, they have different airlines, different kind of aeroplanes are also there. And along with that, every country is giving a permission to the other airlines, like that American Airlines can land in India also, or Air India can go in American Airlines also, and they have to manage. Now if I talk about railway, so railway has to manage only within our country. Now no trains are going to Sri Lanka, no train is going to Nepal, or no train is going to Bhutan or some other country. But airlines are not like that. Here in India we are going to catch a flight and we are going to the other country also. It means if I book a ticket in Indian Airlines, then that Indian Airline is going to drop me in other country for which I will do the reservation. So that is, airlines is a interconnected system of different countries. It is not like that it is only a part of our country. So that is a quite complex system that will be formed by the understanding, by the permission of different countries. Now every country is not giving permission to every other country's airlines. Like more often that few of the countries in which our Indian Airlines cannot be go over there, and other countries also, this kind of a permission will be there. So in your book, if I talk about airlines and their logos, which is very important, because if you will see any plane, you will find that logo there, which is very important. Now in your book you have been given different 12 airlines logo of different countries, and few of the logos are quite often you have seen, and by looking at that logos you can find it out what are these logo. So see and learn to identify the airlines and their logos. So this chapter is very important because the picture can be given and that will be asked that what is or which country logo or which country airline logo is this. Now the first is Qatar Airways. Now this is already given in that logo, that Qatar Airways. So the first one is quite easy. Now the next is a bird which is flying in between the circle, that is Lufthansa airline. And then Egypt airline, it is already written in the logo Egypt Air. And then Japan Airlines is also having this kind of a feature, that is this kind of a picture, that is JAL, JAL. Now I want to show you the first row, that is Qatar Airways, then Lufthansa, a bird which is flying in a circle, then Egypt Airways, Egypt Air, and then this is Japan Airways. Now below, if you can see that, you can find it out that there are few of the logos in which you will, if you will see that logo, now you simply find it out that this Sri Lankan Airlines. Now it is already written as Sri Lankan Airlines, though you don't need to think about anything. Emirates Airlines, that is specially related to Arabic countries. Then Air Canada, you can see the logo here, Air Canada, a leaf of red color in the circle. So this logo you have to remember, because in the exam you will be getting this logo and you have to give the answer what is that. And Hawaii Airlines. Now Hawaii Airlines, Now it is there that few of the countries which are not giving permission to Hawaiian Airlines, and they won't be able to land over there. Fine. So which was I was talking in the beginning, that every country is not giving permission to other airways to land in their part. So here we have, next is Thailand. Now Thailand Airways, that Thai is written in that logo. Thai word is written in that logo. Now number 10 is American Airline. American Airline consisting of a three color, that was a part of their flag also, that is red, blue and white. See this American Airlines and American Airlines, and this is your Thai Airlines. Now we have next is Air India, that you might have seen also. Now Turkish Airline, this kind of a structure is there, ship is also there, that is Turkish Airlines. So children, in this book you have been given with 12 airlines. Now what is the importance of airlines? Why it is important? We can go by ship also to the different countries. First of all, if you will go America by ship, it will take 7 days. But if you will go by air, it will take 24 hours. Or maximum, if you will break your journey, it will take 36 hours. Fine. So you will reach there in 36 hours over there. But if you will go by ship, it will take 7 days. So to reduce the time of traveling, we need airlines. Now second thing, that to export the things, if we are going to export a few of the things like basmati rice, we are exporting from India to different countries, and that can be sent it. There are some kind of a luggage airplanes also, those who are carrying the weight only. So we can easily send, like for example, if we have to send the medicines, fine. So, and that medicines are quite important and that must be sent quickly. So we'll use this airlines method. Fine, airlines way. Fine, from one country to other country. And for that they have a coordination, they have a settlement, they have a understanding among them to go, and they will allow the permission to land over there. Every country needs a permission before they will go in that country, and in every flight they require that permission. Just like we have a license in our country, or that we have to go from one state to another state, we need a permission. So just like that, in airlines, whenever we have to go from one country to another country, we need a permission to go. Now here what we have seen in this chapter, we have seen symbols or logos of 8 airlines, and we find it out that what are these airlines and how we can find it out that what is the name of this airlines. With a symbol you will be able to find it out. Fine. So I hope that is quite clear to you all. So we have done different about things about different airlines and what kind of a permission they will require and what is the need of these airlines. Nowadays, if you have seen that many of your relatives, also those who are living in foreign countries, so this is quite often that the person from India, they are going to other countries, and the person from America, they often coming to India for visiting our country, and tourism is also there. So we will find it out that that coming and going of all the person all over the world is going on. So this airlines and their logos plays an important role in that. So you all must be knowing it and remember all these logo. See what is there, some kind of a conference is also there. So in that every country is showing their different airlines which they have launched or were using it, and these logos are quite important in that. Fine. So here I am going to finish my class. Today we have done 2 unit 7 and 8. 7 is related to mummies and 8 is related to airlines. So I hope you all have enjoyed my class. That's all for today, children. Have a good day.